I am your teacher, Mr. Pacitti, and this is my classroom here in Norfolk, Virginia. So put away your mobile phones, put away your little bit of the bubbly. It's time to concentrate. It's time to study. This is SmackDown Live, and this is Graded. We kick things off with a recap of Bayley's despicable actions on Monday Night Raw, where she attacked Becky Lynch with a steel chair and was just a proper horrible bellend. Then we welcome the woman herself, and she's doing the hand thing, and she's smiling, and the wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube men are out, and it's just Bayley. And this was great. She says that she just doesn't get it, that we should have all seen this coming because of how important her friendship with Sasha Banks is. And now she wants to be the champion, the sort of champion that she looked up to when she was a kid, when she was a fan. She goes on to say that now she is the role model. She is the hero, and she is going to be the champion that we all deserve. And that starts at Clash of Champions when she beats the most selfish woman on the planet, Charlotte Flair. So Charlotte comes out and says that she is the queen of selfishness, but what you see, woo, is what you get. Basically, she's saying, yeah, I might be a bitch, but at least I'm honest about it. She says at Clash of Champions, nope. She's interrupted by Sasha Banks. Sasha comes out, and then Charlotte levels Bayley with a big right hook and starts battering her, and then battering Sasha Banks too, but the chair comes out, and Bayley just laying into her with chair shots that I think it's fair to say were a lot better than the ones that were on Raw. And then Sasha has a go too, and then passes the chair back to Bayley, and she has a bit of a go as well, second time lucky, just for the lols. I wasn't necessarily sold on the Bayley turn on Monday Night Raw. I think the execution of it was great, but I wasn't convinced on the timing. However, this just proved me wrong. I think this was great. This is exactly the way that Bayley should be portrayed. A character with real levels. This insincere and disingenuous heel who thinks that she is doing the right thing. And I think this will work better for Bayley than being just a straight up heelish jerk. This was a crucial promo for Bayley's character, and I really do think that she nailed it, which is why this gets an A. The singles matches, which are already on the table, certainly interest me. Sasha versus Becky, that's great. Bayley versus Charlotte, I think that's cool too. However, this opens up so many more possibilities, and I'd really love to see Charlotte and Becky team up against Bayley and Sasha, or Bayley and Sasha to win both of the women's championships and then go after all of the gold. Far more interesting than your average opening promo, but now it's time to do a wrestle, and it's a King of the Ring quarterfinal match, Ali taking on Elias. This was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Some really cool spots here, and the crowd were really hot for Ali. In fact, the crowd were great all night. Fair play to you, Norfolk, Virginia. And at one point, Ali going for a dive to the outside, but Elias catches him and then just throws him super far behind him onto the ramp with a sort of suplex looking thing. That was great. Some unusually super aggressive offense from Elias, which was really nice to see. At one point, he lobs Ali into the timekeeper area. Ali launching a brief comeback. He hits the X Factor. I got everything I ever wanted. And then a dive to the outside to the back of Elias. Nice stuff. Ali goes on to lock in a crossface, which I know he used to do on the Indies, but I can't really remember him doing it much in the WWE, so that was nice to see. And then Elias locks in a stretch muffler. What is going on here? There was another cool spot where Ali gets pushed off the top turnbuckle to the outside and does a really cool flip. And then Elias goes for a double axe handle off the top, but Ali catches him with a nice super kick. Ali just selling the leg like mad at this point. Really great psychology, by the way. Elias just targeting the leg again and again, trying to take away that aerial offense, and he just keeps going back to it and locking in submission moves, doing stuff that we've not seen Elias do before. Ali tries to make one final comeback, but can't do it, gets hit with the drift away, and your winner is Elias. I love this. This gets an A-. I think this might be Elias's best match ever. Like, let me know in the comments if I'm missing something, but this was really good. Elias is a guy who was featured on TV an awful lot, mostly just getting interrupted or hitting someone with a guitar or being hit with a guitar, but this felt competitive. Elias was focused, intense. It felt like he really, really wanted to win. This made the King of the Ring tournament as a whole feel even bigger, and Ali, of course, playing the valiant underdog babyface expertly. Tag action up next. Alexa and Nikki cross the women's tag champs, taking on Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose, and Alexa and Nikki are just baby faces now. There was no heel work, nothing sinister at all from Alexa Bliss, and actually, I'm all for that. I hope that continues for months and months and months. Let this really play out. Let them feel like a proper tag team before you get to the eventual turn where Alexa Bliss just turns out to be nasty again. Great character work from Mandy Rose when she shouts, "You will never look like me," at Nikki Cross. And then Alexa Bliss from the other side of the ring shouts, "Nobody wants to look like you," which just isn't true, is it? I'd love to look like Mandy Rose. I'd be a WWE superstar, hers cover star, Instagram influencer, and slightly hotter than I am now. Not too much to talk about here, if I'm honest. Mandy Rose looking pretty dominant throughout. Alexa Bliss goes up top, goes for the Twisted Bliss, but can't hit it, and then gets nailed with this sweet new tag team finisher by Sonya and Mandy. Sonya sweeping the leg, Mandy kneeing Alexa in the face. Alexa eating the pin. The tag team champions have lost. Non-title action though. Nothing really to write home about here, but it served its purpose. It presented Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville as a credible threat to the women's tag team champions. I'm going to give this one a B-. The match wasn't great. It was going to be a C+, but I really like that finisher, so there you go. Time for a Randall Keith promo, so grab your warm glass of milk, grab your blankie, and just drift away to the monotonous sound of Randy Orton's. I'm being unfair. This was actually pretty good. Randy says that at Clash of Champions, he is going to prove that Kofi Kingston is a fraud, that he can't do this on his own. And last week, he fell for Orton's trap, hook, line, and sinker. And you know what the best part of all of that was? It was Kofi Kingston. The noise that Kofi Kingston's skull made when it was bouncing off of the floor. You horrible bastard, Randy. Orton says he has decimated the New Day. He doesn't want to wait any longer. Kofi Kingston, get your ass out here. The New Day music hits, but Kofi Kingston doesn't even make it out on his own. He's already being beaten down by the Revival. It was another trap! Scum. Subhuman scum. The Revival end up holding up Kofi Kingston as Orton says that he is going to batter him in front of his fans, his friends, and his family. And then Kofi tries to make a comeback, but the numbers game is too strong. He eats a super RKO, and then Orton and the Revival do that cool corner pose thing. You know that, and then 1 point. Oh, it's hot. Enjoyed this. It played out exactly as it should have now that Randy Orton has taken out Big E and Xavier, but still has his own backup. The crowd got super hot when Kofi Kingston was trying to make his comeback, and I just think this was really effective. It gets a B+ from me. I just wish that Randy Orton wouldn't do the stupid thing in every segment. Too much of a good thing. Another King of the Ring quarterfinal now as Andrade takes on Chad Gable, aka Shorty G, aka Bilbo Baggins. Get it? He's not very tall. Short people got no reason to live. I've been up since 5. My head is broken. Zelina Vega cuts a cool promo before the match starts, actually sort of bigging up Chad Gable, saying that she would expect him to win the whole tournament if Andrade wasn't in it. And then she calls him short as well. It was a nice combination of condescending and nice, the sexiest of the combinations. And this match was brilliant. Let's get the grade out of the way now. This absolutely gets an A. I'm not going to run down all of the spots because there were far too many. It was great. Go and watch it. However, it feels like a match that may have really made Chad Gable, especially in relation to the King of the Ring tournament, because he was just allowed to do what he does best, and that's wrestling. Great suplexes, great near falls, great reversals. Chad Gable coming across as a man who had his opponent scouted, a man who had studied his tapes. This felt like a real competition, and I loved every second of it. Towards the end, Gable looks like he has the match won, but Zelina Vega distracts the referee. Andrade goes for the hammerlock DDT. Gable reverses, sunset flip. 1, 2, 3. Gable wins and the crowd is going pissing wild. Zelina Vega on the outside with her best Paul Heyman shocked face expression, which made this feel even bigger than it already did. Can Chad Gable do it? The ultimate underdog of the tournament. Can he prove that size doesn't matter? Insert dick joke here. Next up, Alistair Black faces Shelton Benjamin for no reason. Literally no reason. An okay little match, but without any reason for it happening, it's just very difficult to care. This reeks of WWE remembering that Alistair Black exists. Remembering that, hey, we've got this really talented, big, tattooed guy on the roster. We should probably be doing something with him weekly and then building to pay-per-view matches. But we haven't done that, and we don't have any plans for Clash of Champions. Shelton? What are you up to this evening? It gets a C+ because, well, who cares? Do something with Alistair Black. Come on, you're better than this. 24/7 title shenanigans now. We go backstage and Drake Maverick is running through the corridor in a really nicely produced, well choreographed bit of slapstick. It felt like a level on Crash Bandicoot. He's running down the corridor and superstars are coming at him and obstacles are being thrown in his way. He's collecting apples. Made that bit up. Anyway, he ends up getting pinned by one half of the B team, Bo Dallas. Bo Dallas is the new 24/7 champion. But it's not all over yet for those shenanigans. We will get back to that. Shinsuke Nakamura and Sami Zayn come out next. Nakamura's opponent tonight is a local competitor. Sami cuts a nice little promo on the jobber in the ring. He gets his name wrong. It's quite funny, but he says it doesn't matter what your name is. I think I've heard that before. It doesn't matter because your name tonight is The Miz, because this is going to be an example of what Shinsuke Nakamura is going to do to The Miz at Clash of Champions. Watch this. Nakamura starts laying in the strikes as Sami Zayn bigs him up on the mic. He's hitting the jobber with knees and elbows and strikes, and he hits the Kinshasa. Sami Zayn goes absolutely bozo. He's like prolapsing at ringside. Kinshasa! I love that! Shinsuke wins, obviously. Good stuff. This gets a B+ because it was short, sweet, and thoroughly entertaining. However, as I say, those 24/7 title shenanigans are not over yet. The new champion, Bo Dallas, hits the ring. He's being chased by lots and lots and lots of people. Curtis Axel sort of tries to defend him a little bit, trying to beat off the other superstars. However, Bo Dallas gets rolled up by Drake Maverick. Drake Maverick is the 24/7 champion again. However, it's still not over yet. Drake Maverick goes up the ramp. He's posing with the belt. And then the camera pans a little bit to the side and there's some sort of royal lampshade. It's somebody wearing a sort of, was it a cape or a king's cape or something like that? And a lampshade. A lampshade. You know what I mean. It's R-Truth. It's obviously R-Truth. He pops it up, rolls him up. R-Truth, once again, the 24/7 champion. I like this as well. I think it was funny. It was short, sweet, thoroughly entertaining. It gets a B+ too. So congratulations to now 14-time 24/7 champion, Ron the Truth K. Quick Crush Killings, John Cena, watch out. And also congratulations to Corey Graves for the Chris Jericho dig, because that was gold. Main event time, and it's a promo, but it's okay because it's more soap opera nonsense with Daniel Bryan, Rowan, and Roman Reigns. Daniel Bryan's really mad because his friend's a dick and tried to kill Roman. EastEnders. Daniel Bryan reaffirms that he had nothing to do with the attack on Roman Reigns, that he is not a liar, and he demands an apology from Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns, get out here. So out comes Roman, but before he can apologize, which he was definitely going to do, he is attacked by Rowan, who then just brutalizes the big dog. Daniel Bryan tries to stop him, but just gets shoved to the floor. I'm really, really worried about this Rowan thing. I already have an awful habit of just saying the wrong names all the time. Rowan. I'm gonna nail this. Rowan ends up getting Roman in the ring, nails the Iron Claw, grabs a mic, and basically just says, "It was me! It was me all along! It was him that did it." At least this week it was. Rowan then verbally lays into Daniel Bryan, saying he's nobody's puppet, and invites him to get in the ring, which Daniel Bryan doesn't do. So he attacks Roman Reigns again, gets him on the outside, hits him with the ring steps, and then clears the announce table. It looks like he's going to do another Iron Claw through the table, but Daniel Bryan stops him from doing that and then slaps him. But then Daniel Bryan, boom, through the table. Daniel Bryan, the closing shot of this week's SmackDown is Erick Rowan standing tall over the not the corpses, that's horrible, over the bodies of Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan. This still feels a little bit like it's being written week to week, but For what it was, I enjoyed this week's episode of Soap Opera Nonsense, and I'm going to give it a B+. I felt a little bit sorry for Rowan because he was actually really good here. Like, the attack was good, the promo was good too, but the crowd were watting him throughout, which took something away from it, I guess, but I can forgive them because the crowd were really, really good for the rest of the night. Now, I just hope that Roman Reigns doesn't completely demolish Rowan at Clash of Champions in like 10 seconds, which he probably will, but that would be quite damaging to Rowan, unless there's more soap opera nonsense coming, which there probably is. So it's all fine. Let's just give it time, guys, all right? Overall, a pretty fun episode of SmackDown, which gets a B. I think there were 3 MVPs of this week's SmackDown. None of them were MVP. The first was Bayley for her great promo. The second was Elias for actually doing some wrestling. And the third was Chad Gable for being as good at suplexes as I am at stealing championship belts from aging wrestler wannabe rock stars' limousines. Speaking of belts, what do you call a belt made of watches? A waste of time. Suck my cock. Thanks for watching. Let us know what you think in the comments down below. You can follow us on Twitter at Cultaholic. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Cultaholic. If you enjoy what we do here at Cultaholic, you can pledge to us on Patreon. That's patreon.com/Cultaholic. And most importantly, don't forget to hit subscribe and join us.